Okay guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today we have got a slightly different one. I'm going to be doing the one mystery box challenge, and within this challenge what I'm attempting to do is obviously obtain a weapon out of the mystery box, as well as get a 3-plate armor vest, a large backpack, a self-revive, gas mask, streaks, tier 3 pack-a-punch the gun, get it up to at least epic rarity, complete a bounty in the tier 3, and then of course try and do the successful dark aether run as well. And as you can see, I have spawned in with absolutely nothing as of right now. I've got my hands, and that is quite literally all I've got. So we need to try and ideally find a nice easy contract we can do without having any weapons. So this is going to consist of quite a bit of looting. Obviously, like I said, I can't take any guns that aren't from the mystery box. That's the only thing that I can actually use. So I'm going to take this and fly towards a deliver cargo contract, as that is probably the only contract we can actually do without having weapons on us right now. So as you can see, the mystery box is going to cost us a grand total of 950 essence, which of course, at the moment, I have a grand total of 0, which isn't ideal. So I'm going to try and loot up a little bit, take some stuff that's worth a little bit of money, find a buy station, try and sell some of it, and then, like I said, try and maybe get to a deliver cargo contract as well. But I thought doing a challenge like this might be a little bit more fun than just the standard go in, use a gun that's overpowered, tier 3 pack-a-punch it, and do the same old stuff that we do every single day on this channel. So I'd be interested if you guys are enjoying these sort of videos. Like, would you want to see more videos like this from me, or is this not something that you're actually interested in watching? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Because if there are any other challenges like this you'd want to see me do, then let me know what they are in the comments below, and I'll happily go ahead and do them. Because I feel like it adds a bit of a different aspect to playing zombies, like I said, rather than just using the same overpowered guns all the time. Like, it doesn't matter what the challenge is, whether it's going to be a hard challenge, an easy challenge. It doesn't matter. If it's something that you guys are going to enjoy watching, let me know, and I'm more than happy to go ahead and do it. But we are very close. Okay, so there we go. Finally, we got 1,000 essence. We can now go ahead and get to the mystery box and find out what gun it is we're going to be using for this game. So here we go, opening the mystery box. This is the only time we're allowed to open it. Whatever gun we get is the only gun that we can use. That is it. This is going to be the gun that we use for the rest of the game. And it's an LMG, which isn't too bad. There's quite a lot of recoil on the gun, but it looks like it does some sort of damage, at least in the tier 1 zone anyway. So now we've got to try and get this up to tier 1 pack-a-punch, tier 2, tier 3. Like I said, epic aether tool rarity, and just see how we can get on. So what I'm going to do is maybe grab a bounty target in this tier 1 zone, see if we can do any damage to that, try and get a bit of cash together, because of course, we're going to need to get at least 5,000 cash before we even think about going into the tier 2 zone and start getting better contracts. Oh, and here we go. We've got a gas mask. That's not bad. I will definitely take a gas mask because we do need one of those. That is for sure. We'll take that, and then we'll start up this bounty contract and see what we can do there. So I think the reason I like this a little bit more than just using all the guns over and over again is, don't get me wrong, those videos are fun to make. You know, it's good to use some good guns, go into the tier 3 zone straight away, test them out. But something like this sort of gives you like the round-based feel to it, I suppose, as you're basically, every time you're starting a game, you're starting from nothing. As you saw, I had 0 essence. I had literally nothing to my name when I loaded into this game. And speaking of round base, I did actually talk about some round base stuff coming in Black Ops 6. If you do want to check that out, it's the previous video up on the channel. But it's a bit more like round base, because obviously with round base, every time you load into the game, you load in with nothing. You maybe load in with a gun that you want to use, but other than that, you don't really have anything to your name. So it's a little bit more like that rather than loading in, because with this sort of zombies, if you've got a tier 3 armor vest, you spawn in with it. If you've got all the other stuff, you are just going to spawn in with it straight away. So let me see if we can just get away here, get some health, because I am very close to going down. But yeah, as you guys know, if you play something like normal round-based zombies from older CODs, you do actually just start from nothing. Whereas with this game, you can start with basically everything. If I wanted to, I could load in with tier 3 pack-a-punch, legendary aether tool, and as many perks as I wanted to. Whereas this sort of gives it that total reset aspect of it, if that makes sense. But that's our first contract done. We are going to get a self-revive. That is very, very useful. Like I said, that is one of the other things ticked off the list. So already we've got a gas mask, a self-revive, and the gun that we need to use for the game. There's another bounty contract here, so I'm going to go ahead and start that up. And then, of course, once we've done that, we can tier 1 pack-a-punch and maybe even look to go into that tier 2 zone. And obviously, the more contracts we complete, the faster we complete them, the faster we're going to get to tier 3 pack-a-punch. We get a streak out of that and a 2-plate armor vest. That's a big W. We need that, that's for sure. We do also get an uncommon aether tool there, but as you guys know, the one that we got out of the box did actually come with the epic aether tool equipped to it, which is a really big bonus. We are definitely going to need to get our hands on speed cola for this gun, because the reload is horrendously slow. So again, all the perks are going to have to try and be acquired at some point throughout the game. And we've got 37 minutes left of it, which is a decent amount of time. But you'll be surprised how quickly that goes past when you're trying to complete a full list of challenges like I am within this game. So it is another Mimic bounty contract that we have got to try and take out. So let's just see what sort of damage we can do here. If it's going to turn around, let me get some critical shots at it. I'm not too sure. But for some reason, the Mimic doesn't even look like it wants to target us. There we go. We've managed to get its attention. Let's jump out, pop a quick reload while it runs down the stairs, and then we can start unlaying some more shots into it. Again, there's that really slow reload speed coming in. The Mimic doesn't seem to want to chase me for some reason. So it looks like we're going back up the stairs, back into the room with the Mimic, because for some reason, it's just not wanting to lock onto me. I'm not really too sure why. But every time I leave that room, it is quite happily just sat in there. Let's just pop that. We'll do some damage to it like that way. And then we'll just try and spray the rest of its health away just like so. Perfect. Out of this, we are going to get stamina up. That is not a bad little perk to have. That's nice. One of the first perks that we're going to get towards having all of them. And lucky for us, there is a Pack-a-Punch machine just around the corner from here. But like I mentioned before, guys, whilst I'm running to this Pack-a-Punch machine, leave me some more challenges in the comments below if you enjoy these sort of videos. If you want to see more of these and they do well, we get a good reception from them, I will 100% start doing more of them. Just let me know what challenges it is you want to see in the comments below. But let's go ahead and Pack-a-Punch the gun to tier 1. There we go. We have now got up to tier 1 Pack-a-Punch, 200 rounds in the magazine. And like I said, we definitely need to get our hands on Speed Cola. But other than that, we're looking good right now. So I'm going to jump up into the tier 2 zone, start some tier 2 contracts, see what we can do against the tier 2 zombies. And hopefully the gun actually is able to perform at tier 2 without it being tier 2 Pack-a-Punch. Because as we know, some guns can, but some guns really can't at the same time. So let's just go ahead. I can see a deliver cargo contract, which I think I might just start because it's an easy bit of cash without having to do much work. Because of course, we do want to get into that tier 3 zone as fast as we possibly can within this game. Here we go. Deliver cargo contract is about to be acquired. We should be able to get in and out of this pretty quickly with any luck, so no zombies do spawn in. Yeah, that's if I can find the door to the building, which by the looks of it, looks like it's the complete wrong side of where I am. Let me see if I can get out that door before the zombies lock on. Perfect. Let's go over here, do this deliver cargo contract, and get some cash done. But in terms of damage to the tier 2 zombies, oh, it looks like with the Shatter Blast ammo mod, it is going to do some decent damage. That is absolutely perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. I'm getting shot at by mercenaries. We can jump out of here and just try and get it round to the location pretty pronto. Okay, so it looks like I need to be up on the bridge, which is kind of annoying because I thought it was under the bridge, but it's okay. We can just spin it round here, get up on top of the bridge, as long as that heli isn't going to spray at me, which it shouldn't do now. We should be able to get up, get this contract completed, get us some extra cash. It's going to give us another 3,000 cash. Obviously, I think we need about 10,000, I think, if I remember correctly, to tier 2 Pack-a-Punch it. But we are going to get quick revive out of that one, which isn't the most ideal perk because, of course, we've got no one to revive anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But, I mean, in tier 2, it's doing decent damage to the zombies, if we're totally honest. It's actually not doing that bad of damage. And we do get a ray gun come out of that, which would be nice to take, but we can't do that. This is the one box challenge. We cannot go ahead and take the ray gun as much as I would love to do that right now. So second cargo delivery contract is about to be completed, and the thing that I'm actually enjoying about this is every bit of loot that you get actually makes a difference within this game now, rather than just looking at all the tier 2 contracts and things and just being like, yeah, the loot out of that means absolutely nothing to me. It actually means something. It's kind of useful for us to actually have more loot. The more loot that we've got, the better, because of course it's going to actually go towards something. Whereas if I come in with a fully stacked out stash, I don't care about majority of the loot that I find, even within the tier 3 zone, to be totally honest. But one more contract should realistically get us to around about tier 3 Pack-a-Punch, which is absolutely perfect. One more contract should get us to tier 2 Pack-a-Punch, and then we can hopefully look at going into the tier 3 zone. Okay, there's another perk. That is absolutely perfect. Let me get up in here, and we can grab this third deliver cargo contract to get completed, which should just be over in this direction. And like I said, that should hopefully get us to around about tier 2 Pack-a-Punch, and then hopefully we can see what this gun's going to be like in the tier 3 zone. We do still have about half an hour left of the game, so it is still plenty of time to get all the loot and stuff we need, because once we start completing tier 3 contracts, we should be able to get our hands on some good loot pretty quickly. Like, the contracts are going to pay out a lot more cash. It's going to make it much, much easier for us to make some good progress. But so far, I actually think we didn't do too badly with the gun that we got out of the mystery box. I feel like it definitely could have been a lot worse than what we did get. A big, powerful LMG is really, really not the worst gun that we could have got. So I'm kind of happy with how that's played out, if I'm totally honest. But like I said, we definitely could have got something that just made this game absolute hell, which would have been funny for the video, but it also would have been very frustrating for me trying to actually get this video completed. I feel like I would have gone down loads of times. It would have just been pure chaos. Whereas with this gun, I feel like we can make some decent progress with it. And if I'm honest, I feel like we could definitely get into the tier 3 and Dark Aether zone with it. The only thing I will say is when I go into the Dark Aether zone, I might just squad up with a team because it might make it a little bit easier for me. I don't know why I just took all those uncommon Aether tools, because they're really not going to make any difference. I genuinely might just drop all 3 of those, because I'm never going to use them again outside of this video, and they're not going to be able to go on the gun because we've already got it there anyway. But let's go ahead, tier 2 Pack-a-Punch it, and we'll see what it's like within that tier 3 zone. And unfortunately, it looks like we might have to join a team even just to go into the tier 3 zone. But let's tier 2 Pack-a-Punch it, see what sort of damage it will do now. In the tier 2 zone, this thing should absolutely melt through zombies. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like it should have really good damage. Like I said, the one thing with this build is it has got crazy recoil on it. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, it looks like it's doing decent damage to the tier 2 zombies. But the reason I say about having to actually join a squad in the tier 3 zone is look how many people are there. I don't think I'll even get a contract if I tried my very hardest with that many people over there. So as much as I do enjoy doing these sort of videos solo and, you know, making it as hard as I possibly can, I just genuinely don't think I'm going to get a contract, a single one in the tier 3 zone with this many people there. I might be lucky to get one, but it's going to be very hard, whereas I might be better off just actually joining a squad and be able to do contracts with them. And I know it sort of takes away a little bit of the element, but unfortunately, that's just how tier 3 is now. It's just so busy, there's just always so many people in there, and it really does make it quite difficult to be able to do anything solo. Because don't get me wrong, I can survive in the tier 3 zone nice and easily. It's not going to be too much of a problem to survive. Like I said, it's just been able to get my hands on some contracts. I'll try and get this Outlast one, see if I can actually do that one or not. But before we even think about starting contracts, we probably need to see what sort of damage we can do to the tier 3 zombies. If I can't take them out of the game, then, you know, we might have to just hold off on the tier 3 zone for now anyway. But looks like we're going to be able to do some sort of damage. It's nothing crazy. It's really not anything too overwhelming, but we can do damage. I just don't know if it's quite good enough to be in the tier 3 zone, if I'm totally honest. So, running through the tier 3 zone, I did actually manage to go down, which isn't ideal. We do have a self-revive, so that is very fortunate that we do have that on hand. But I do want to try and maybe start this Outlast contract. I just don't know how well it's going to go. I might end up going down. I might not. We'll just see how it plays out. Because like I said, this gun isn't crazy strong in the tier 3 zone. I feel like we definitely do need that tier 3 Pack-a-Punch. But we're not going to use it as an excuse. We're still going to try our best and see what we can do. But one thing that's definitely going to help us here is I did actually pick up an ammo turret thing, so I can chuck that in there, and that should actually help us get this completed way easier, because all the zombies that are going to come in from that side should just get dropped through the turret, which is very good. And we can sort of stand in this location, so any zombies that come near us, the turret will just help us take care of, which is a really useful way to help us get a little bit of cash, get this contract completed, and overall just be able to get some more cash and get towards tier 3 Pack-a-Punch. So I feel like with this gun at tier 2 Pack-a-Punch and that turret being there, we can quite easily hold off the zombies pretty well. We're basically at 50% already, halfway through the contract, which is really nice. There is the Disciple that's just come in, but that turret should help just absolutely eliminate that. There is another Disciple. See what sort of damage we can actually do to it before it comes towards us. I feel like we're actually doing a pretty decent amount of damage, if I'm totally honest, to that Disciple there. I need to be careful here. My health is getting a little bit low, but we're at 96%. This should be done basically any second now. There we go. That is the Outlast contract. Finito, just like that. That is absolutely perfect. What rewards are we going to get? A tier 3 armor vest, perfect. Stamina up again, and then we also do actually get another cluster strike as well, which is really nice. So we're up at 6k right now, which isn't too bad, to be totally honest. Let's see if there's anything decent in there. There's some decent guns I wouldn't actually mind having. But unfortunately, as we know, we can't take them because this is the one gun challenge. So I actually got very fortunate. Another contract has just spawned right here as well, which is really nice. Means I can go in here, start the same one up, just stay in the area and wait for the loot to finish up. So I now need to reload the gun, which really isn't the fastest thing to do in the world. It is so long reloading this gun. I need to get Speed Cola pretty much ASAP. I might end up going down here if I'm not too careful, if I'm totally honest. I think we might just got away with it there. Luckily for me, this guy's just actually put the turret thing up again, so I can sort of stay within this location, let the turret do a good amount of damage, and just let this contract run up and get completed. So far, we have definitely been fortunate with the locations of the contracts, because like I said, we're just able to stand here, let the turret do majority of the hard work, and hopefully get us towards tier 3 Pack-a-Punch pretty quickly. But so far, the challenge is going a little bit more smoother than I was expecting it to go. I thought this might be a little bit more challenging. I mean, it's still challenging, don't get me wrong. It's taken us a lot longer than normal to get through the zones. As you can see, we've got 15 minutes left of the game. We've still got a few things we need to get ticked off of that check mark, as well as maybe even going into that Dark Aether zone, which I don't know if that's going to happen. I'll be honest, I'll have to see how far we do get through the game. But that is why we chucked it on the list, because that is what I was aiming to do. If we don't do it, it's not the end of the world, but we'll see how we get on. Hopefully we do get enough time. We can get to tier 3 Pack-a-Punch. And then hopefully we can get all of our perks and stuff like that ready as well. And then hopefully get into a Dark Aether Zone. Whether it's the new one, an older one, I don't really mind. As long as we can get in one and successfully do it, I'm happy. And that's that contract at 100% perfect. We can now use PhD Flopper. Lovely. I will take that. And then we can actually upgrade the rarity slightly as well, which is great. That's going to get us to rare rarity. One more contract, and we now do have enough cash to go in tier 3 Pack-a-Punch. And this is what I was saying about before. There are no contracts available. I did just try and join a different team, but it was a solo player. Yeah, we need to try and find a team that are doing contracts. There is an Outlast one just spawned in front of me. Oh, let me see if I can get there before anyone else does. If I can, that will give us the cash required to actually go ahead and tier 3. So perfect, we should be able to get this one. There shouldn't be too much of a problem. Grab that, run over here, start this Outlast contract, and actually tier 3 Pack-a-Punch this gun. We are very good on our checklist then. We're looking very, very good. Got a good amount of it checked off. I believe all that's left is a large backpack, another self-revive, tier 3 Pack-a-Punch, epic rarity, a bounty target, and then the Dark Aether Zone. But if we tier 3 it and get it to an epic rarity, we should be in a pretty good spot to get this done nice and quickly, to be honest. I mean, we've only got 15 minutes left of the game, which is starting to get a little bit nervous. You know, I don't know if I'm going to get enough time to do absolutely everything. And if we don't, it's not the end of the world. Do you know what I mean? It really isn't the end of the world. Those are the goals that are set for the game. If we don't manage to finish all of those within the game, it's not the end of the world. But unfortunately, we have just gone down. I'm going to have to hope that my teammate can get here pretty quickly, get us back up on our feet and going again. But that is the struggle of doing a challenge like this. It is difficult. It's not meant to be easy. So I might go down a couple of times, you know, especially now we're in the harder zone. I don't have tier 3 Pack-a-Punch. I don't have an OP weapon as such. Now we can just unveil some shots into the zombies that are rolling up. Luckily, my teammate does have tier 3 Pack-a-Punch as well. So like I said, I didn't really want to join a different team, but sometimes you just have to do these things depending on who is in your game and what's going on. Because like I said, otherwise contracts were going to become very, very difficult to start getting my hands on. And without contracts, I'm never going to get my perks. I'm never going to get to tier 3 Pack-a-Punch. I'll hopefully need to complete more contracts to be able to get a epic Aether tool as well. So without having a teammate, it can become quite challenging. Simply due to the fact that we just wouldn't be able to complete contracts and get more cash. But as you can see, in the tier 3 zone, this gun doesn't do the worst damage, to be totally honest. We definitely got lucky with the gun that we got. We could have had way worse guns. I've gone down again. Oh, this is just painful with this gun sometimes. And there it is. There's the epic Aether tool. Perfect. We have now got it up to epic rarity. I'm going to go down again here if I'm not careful. So we did actually manage to get the gun to epic rarity. Now all we've got to do is tier 3 Pack-a-Punch it, and we're looking in a very, very good spot here. But I'm going to head down to this Pack-a-Punch machine right now and obviously get it to tier 3 Pack-a-Punch and see what sort of increase to the damage that it does do. And there's also a Spore contract right next to it as well, so I might low-key start that up just to get a little bit more cash to go towards perks. Like I said, we need to buy a large backpack at some point as well if we don't manage to find one. And that is only going to leave us with 12 minutes to get a bounty contract done in the tier 3 zone and also visit the Dark Aether. And I think I'd rather visit the Dark Aether zone and come out there with good loot than try and take down a bounty target, as I feel like it would show you guys a little bit more. You can go from nothing to successfully running the Dark Aether zone in literally one game. But here we go, tier 3 Pack-a-Punch now, guys, on the gun. Let's see what sort of damage it's going to do. It looks like it's going to do much, much nicer damage to these zombies. Looks like we are, yeah, oh yeah, that is much better than what we had before. Way better than what we had before. So luckily for me, I've got an LMG with a load of bullets in the magazine because there is a whole bunch of zombies coming towards me right now and I still end up going down. It's about the 3rd or 4th time I've gone down in this game right now, which really isn't ideal. And I've just realized I don't have Jug. I've come into the tier 3 zone without Jug, which is a stupid, stupid thing to do. I'm just so used to spawning in with it and taking it off rip that I just assumed that I had things like that. PhD Flopper, Stamina Up. And again, that's one of the things you forget to do when you have nothing within this game. If you're someone like me that plays every single game from tier 3, you've got all the good loot, you just forget about the little things you have to do at the very start. Hopefully my teammate can get to me before I do fully die out. It's not going to look like he is going to. I might fully die out and have no perks here, which it's not the end of the world. We'll be okay. I'll manage to survive. So, like I said, we are now going to have to try and do another contract. Maybe that quick, deliver cargo contract. We'll go and start that. Try and get some more cash together. I don't know if I can afford Jug. I think I can, which might be the play, to be honest. Or Stamina Up. One of those. I'm going to take Jug because otherwise we're going to have no cash. We still need to get a large backpack. We've still got to try and, you know, get the rest of our perks together. So, we've only got 10 minutes left. I don't know if we're going to do a bounty target, Dark Aether Zone, all of our perks and everything like that. I don't know if it's going to be possible or not. And I feel like it would have been if I didn't just go down like there and actually fully die out, because that has set us back quite a bit, to be honest. Okay, so that's that contract completed. We're going to get that. We've already got it. I mean, we've got nothing useful there that we don't already have, unfortunately. So yeah, guys, it might not look like we're going to make it to the Dark Aether Zone, unfortunately. I really wanted to make it to the Dark Aether Zone. There is a bounty target that I'm going to start up because, like I said, one of the things we wanted to do was complete a bounty target in the Tier 3 zone. So even if we don't get to the Dark Aether, we'll complete a bounty target, and that should realistically be everything other than maybe the backpack ticked off. Which, to be honest, from one game of zombies, I really don't think is that bad at all. To be able to go from literally nothing at the start of this game all the way up to basically everything that you could need. And I've gone down again. Oh my days. How many times am I going to go down in this game? This is getting kind of frustrating. But I suppose that's what happens when you're not used to... But I suppose that's what happens when you don't have anything and you come into the game with absolutely nothing. You are going to go down. It's very rare that I do go down in zombies, but this sort of game's giving me a little bit of an ego check, to be honest, which is okay. And again, it's things like having no plates when I'm used to having the golden armor plates that just regen all my plates for me. It's just all these little things make zombies slightly more challenging, and the things you actually forget are challenging within the game. Okay, so we've got a Mimic high value target that is right next to me already, and it's already firing at me through the window, which is a little bit overpowered. Again, I need Speed Cola. Maybe I should have invested in Speed Cola first, but then again, without Jug, I probably would have gone down about 12 times as well. So I don't really know what the best play there was. Hopefully my teammate is going to turn around and help me take down this Mimic that's on us. We'll try and do a little bit of damage with that, which we are going to be able to do. I'm getting hit in the back. I need to be careful. Okay, I need to be very careful. My teammate looks like he might go down as well. It's getting ropey, guys. It is getting ropey in this Tier 3 zone. But this should be the Mimic down. There we go. There is the bounty target done that we said we wanted to do, which isn't too bad. That's another thing checked off. We've got 10k cash. What do we want to do here? What do we want to do? Let's get to maybe a buy station if there's one nearby. There's not even a buy station or a perk machine here. So we're in a bit of a position where we've got to run to the other side of the map. So I'm going to get my perks, I think, before a backpack. I don't think a backpack is crucial in this game, considering we haven't really found any good loot anyway. You know, we've not got anything that we need to keep hold of or anything like that. But we'll get to this perk machine. We'll buy Speed Cola, Stamina up, all of the good stuff that we're definitely going to need within this game. And there is only 4 minutes left, so maybe we just target a Dark Aether Zone, maybe. So there we are, fully stacked out on perks now. We should be able to hopefully stop going down at the very minimum. But Speed Cola, let's see what difference it makes to the gun. I mean, it's still a slow reload, isn't it? It's really not an insane reload speed at all. But yeah, guys, the game is coming to an end. It doesn't look like anyone else in this zone is going to a Dark Aether Zone. So unfortunately, we're not going to get to a Dark Aether Zone. We're not going to be able to get a large backpack. But considering the list of challenges we set ourselves, I don't think we've done too badly. We got a weapon, we got a 3-plate armor vest, we got self-revives, we got a gas mask, we got some streaks, we got it to tier 3 pack-a-punch, we got it to epic rarity, we completed a bounty target. The only things we didn't do were a large backpack and go into the Dark Aether Zone. So I don't think we've really done that bad. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and let me know if you enjoyed this video, because I really am relying on your guys' feedback for this. Because I need to know if you guys liked this video and you actually enjoyed this style of content. And if you did, please do let me know in the comments to smash a thumbs up. And like I said, if you want to see me do more challenges, leave them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to go ahead and do these challenges for you guys if it is something you guys are going to watch and enjoy. But unless my teammate here tries to go to the Dark Aether Zone, this will be the end of the video. But I don't see the Dark Aether portal, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. Like I said, let me know some more challenges you want to see me do in the comments below. Smash a thumbs up if you have enjoyed today's video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any more videos that I do upload on the channel. But I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.